Okay. Take two. Morning, everybody. Just a warm welcome to everybody to the opening meeting of the top table. And just specifically from the four of us, and then from ourselves as well, just to congratulate everybody that's sitting around the table. It's an honor to be sitting next to everybody with such dedication and passion towards Cape Town, the industry, and what's to come of the plans for what the top table is all about. Let's just ask me to, as well, part of it, just to explain to everybody, because you potentially, other than the three people on the sides of me, are on your journey towards obtaining your golden keys. My application was done in pre-COVID, and it was turned down because they did obviously realize that I was holding more than one position. I was managing director and Key Concierges in Nova. It was turned down, we appealed it, and it was turned down again. So what the outcome was that I become an honorary member of the table. So I think that was agreed to once the Cape Town did such that. And so I just wanted to give everybody a bit of feedback. It was really hard enough for me because I worked really hard towards it. But I accepted and thought there was greater things at the which there are. So yeah, just once again, welcome to everyone. Enjoy the meeting, and then everybody else will take over.
For the sake of footage, this guy's too tall here. And
sorry, can you stand, please? Oh, sorry.
Thank you. So yeah, I'll just explain the vision. You guys have seen it. I think you shared it. It's 4 points, but I'm just going to pause on point 2, but then just quickly take you through our vision for those that don't read. So one, how to establish ourselves as a conscious top table. 2 would be, how were you selected to be here? And we'll go with that formal invite again. 3, how do we contribute? And 4, how do we spread awareness and inspire, create influence? Just want to pause on 2 because this is a serious commitment. But you guys have shown that you are capable of executing what's expected of the top table, and also share that passion for concierge that will eventually lead you guys or get you guys to golden keys. So I'm just going to take you through that key responsibilities, which was in your formal invite. Again, for those of you that just signed it, didn't read. Compulsory attendance at monthly meetings, scheduled every third Wednesday at 11:30. Hosting one meeting every day at your property, conducting site inspections, fulfilling assigned roles, and adhering to deadlines. Roles, I believe that we're going to change it to portfolios. And Muchi will touch more on that later. And then engaging in meaningful discussions, participating in educational events, active participating and planning and attending the annual Conscious Conference, serving as a brand ambassador for Conscious of Cape Town. That's it, but just finally to say the commitment thing is really key. Set your alarms, 11:30 for every third Wednesday. Other thing is RSVP and respect the RSVP. And then also, at least for Jesus' sake, acknowledge when there's a request in the group or something to attend a meeting or an event, right?
Not just my request.
Yeah, anyone's request, for Jesus' sake, that's it. All right, so that's me, and then I'll hand over to Muchi.
For everybody. That's what Nigel just mentioned is pretty much why we are going here. This once again, I think we mentioned as we came to different properties, that it's really out of your involvement, out of your resilience, and out of your those the qualities that you have been showing through and through over the years, just your participation in whatever you do, that your names have come up. But with that said, again, we are also lining you up for greater success, for bigger things than just what the concierges do. It's the golden keys ultimately. So for me, I think we need to be living those principles and ethos. So if you go onto the site, you know when they talk about for as long as it's morally, legally, and humanly possible. So once you stick with those three, whatever you do on a day-to-day basis, it's going to be your blueprint as far as performing your duties along those lines is concerned. So please, by all means, we are here not because we are the cleverest of all the concierges. Trust me, there are a lot of people who want to be sitting around these tables But what we are saying is we are not limiting anybody else to join or come to be part of it. You realize as time goes on that you'll be sitting with, maybe this topic will be up to that level, so to speak. It's just going to depend with who is showing more interest, who is more outgoing, who is more involved, as what is our principle in service through friendship. I know we mentioned eventually what we want to do is create a structure that sort of mirrors our mother body. So the mother body has got the president, the general secretary, membership person. So if our applications are going through there, it has to go through the membership secretary, and he will go through everything and then pass it on to the committee. So those structures is exactly what we want to create here. If you look at this stage, it's just a guideline. We are looking at having maybe a president for the committee, a vice president, a secretary, content creator, maybe an administrator, whoever has been social handling, publicity officer. What are we talking about? You know, if we are reaching out to the powers be out of the balls, if we want to make it even better, to the Minister of Tourism and all that. So that's where the publicity officer comes in. So it's really having a structure that mirrors what the UK structure is. In other words, this is, I would like to call it government in waiting. So in preparation, not a GNU, but yeah, in preparation, it's really for us to be able to create a chapter. We have to start exercising this. Trust me. Let's talk about treasury, for example, which is a very important aspect. Treasury is literally being able to have somebody who's got that eye for detail in terms of accounts, in terms of monies that comes in. We're not really that kind of an organization that's going to be really handling cash and all that stuff. But for example, with our conference, there's somebody responsible for collecting those funds. So that will be the treasury department, so to speak. I hope that makes sense, right? So that's what it is about. Just a few days ago, I was speaking to Daniel from UK office, and he mentioned something like, you guys, why are you not applying for funding from the mother body, which is Golden Keys? So apply for funding for what? Everything we do down here is through sponsorship. It's by here coming to say, hey, use this venue and all this. But he mentioned something which is probably what we're going to need to look at in the next few meetings, maybe next year, to say, what does that mean? What do we need this funding for? Because they say it's money that can go to South Africa, for example, for as long as you have got a breakdown of exactly what you're using the money for, and you've got receipts for that. So what we are saying here is then that will be the responsibility together with everyone sitting here and the treasury department, or whoever's going to be doing part of that treasury, to actually make sure we present those figures as they are required. So that's, in a nutshell, really depending when we talk about responsibilities and duties. So over time, Imraan might be maybe in charge of the social handle, but then it doesn't work alone. Maybe Cemone or Nigel is going to be supporting that. Because if it's content creation, you're probably going to see that they're all linked together. One thing that I also mentioned is not too many structures per se. Let's start with a chairman, vice chairman, secretary, you know, like, let's make it simpler. As time goes on, we put people to support the chairman, people put to support the social guys, or our outreach program, our social responsibility, which we haven't done much on that front. Our social responsibility is what's our position in terms of the environment as the concierge. If you look in your properties, there's always a sustainability project, or there's a sustainability blueprint that you follow. So where are we as concierges? You know, that sort of thing. So I think that would be another really good angle that we could ultimately partner. And what it means is whoever's in charge of that portfolio, that's the word, of that portfolio will then need to drive it and make sure we've got 2 or 3 lined up already in advance. To say, guys, on this date we've got this, we're doing a beach cleanup, for example, or we're doing donations, or we're just going to spend a time at a children's home up in gardens, you know, that sort of thing. So that's really these portfolios are going to be. It's just like, it doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself. You say, this is what's up, I need your input, support me to make sure that we achieve that. So that's really what it's going to be going forward. So with that,
yeah, I think we want to fly the flag. It's not in inverted commas, basically. Look at things like Nelson Mandela that make sense. We go there to be collective, as many as possible.
Yeah.
We go to Sandcroft and we do something. So we really put our name on this. We can align ourselves with the environmental issues of Cape Town. Because I mean, I'm very much into the environment, big time. So we can align ourselves and put ourselves out there more. It's so easy, actually. We piggyback with those opportunities, like the penguin model from Musenberg to Mhlambiso. We go and do it. Yeah. We get t-shirts printed for ourselves. Yeah. Put our name on.
With Sanko, you'll be sort of touching. With Sanko, for example, I think linen from the hotels. Yeah. Like you can get a bag of linen, and we put 5-10 bags here, and we donate to Sanko.
That's the clothing drive we did as well.
Yeah,
similar to that. So.
And also, I think to get the synergy going between the hotels, because I remember when we were at Cape Bristol, there was that dragon boat racing they used to do, but I think they also used to do a competition where they did drives, and it was like to see which of the waterfront hotels could get the most discarded linen together to donate to a charity, or which of the teams could get their teams to bring in the most food to go donate, or like, it's just like things that you can get to build relationships between the hotels, because we're not standalones, and that's the point of all of us 12 being here now. Yeah, some of us that come from the same hotel, but essentially there's 12 of the top hotels in Cape Town represented at this table, and you have a whole team under or with you that can add so much value, and I think we just here to motivate each other to get that going, because yes, we're doing our jobs, but what else could we be doing? How else could we help in the environment? How else could we be giving back? How else could we be creating awareness? We have guests that come in and they see, keys, what is that? And Boone always used to joke, and I have not copied that from him, but he used to say he got that from pole dancing. And then we'd all laugh, but then they get to leave and they don't know what the keys are about. So it's about that awareness. And overseas it's big. I've had English guests notice it before, but never really a lot of other. And it's about us driving home now. Like, you're all going to get it in 5 years. If we have 12 golden keys sitting here, we're 3 away from having our own chapter, making our own rules, having honorary members, like being on the board. And I think that's where the vision of all of this is heading. And with everything we've covered now, in terms of you've been selected and you're here, Debbie Dana will come out now. You're here now, but if you don't contribute, you don't play a game, and you don't bring what you should be, you can also as easily be removed from the group. Because there will be somebody that's going to want to be part of the top table going forward. Top table, I'm so scared of saying because I feel that it sounds a little bit pretentious, but it essentially is just a word. And we can brainstorm and have fun with re-establishing that name even. We should refer to it somewhere else as the Key Concierges of Cape Town, which is quite sweet as well. But that's all stuff we can work on as a group. And even these portfolios, already agendas going for January's meeting. We can discuss if you guys have ideas on portfolios or how we should group things together, who has a passion for what. We can all bring ideas to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a dictatorship from this side of the table. It's a group effort.
It's a group.
Doing what we can to blow everything up.
I like that. It's a group effort. This is not an individual thing. What we are doing, it's a mentorship plan program that's going to push us to where we want to be. The ultimate goal is to form our own chapter of the Golden Keys. So without the keys, it doesn't mean you are not the best concierge in town. Like, you need to start thinking like, I'm already living the Golden Keys ethos. The keys is just going to be one thing, a cherry on top, if you ask me. We always, like, trust me, my journey with the Golden Keys was when I got the keys, I was like, okay, fine, now I've got the keys. But trust me, that's when a lot of hard work began. Because the British guests would come to me and say, oh, I know what you can do. Can you get me this? Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just the way it is. Making it light in giving a solution. So don't be forced. So that's exactly what I always find. People become nervous because of the keys. I've been called out of nowhere at work, and they'll be like, hey, Muchi, they're looking for you. I'm like, what is it about? Because they're trying to get into a restaurant that they can't get a table. Like, I'm not gonna build a table and film tonight, that sort of thing. It's really what you're gonna say and how you're gonna say to the clients. So those relationships that we have with different properties and restaurant groups and so on are really key into what we are trying to achieve here.
That's
so,
it. You're still speaking about portfolios, right? So we should get a timekeeping portfolio.
It's Nigel.
Like those things they use for speech chess, right?
On 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you. I just want to mention, before I forget, and I didn't want to say before, but I am no longer at One and Only Cape Town. I will be joining Imraan at 12 o'clock.
No, so you guys have seen the whole, we've been through responsibilities. This whole meeting was about the R&R, so the rebrand and the responsibilities. So obviously you guys have seen there were a couple of changes when we started moving through the WhatsApp groups and things. The concierges chat, we came to realize, was not just concierges that were on there. We had some GMs, there were some I don't even know what, suppliers. There was just a whole mingle. So and there were concierges that weren't in Cape Town, so we thought more apt to rename that Hospitality Forum of Cape Town. So anyone and everyone you want to load onto that chat, feel free. It's just about increasing reach and awareness again and being able to help each other out. So that big group is for anyone and everyone. From there, we asked everybody to re-announce their titles and positions and hotels, and from that we took 40 of the titled concierges and created the Concierges of Cape Town group. So that's where there's 40 of us that are only in the concierge position, and that is where we pulled the 12 of us from as the top table. So the idea with the structure change is, as mentioned, our hospitality is everyone and anyone. Then you get the concierges, and that I think should be a platform where it's like if you're having an issue with a restaurant or you're struggling to get in, we cross-contact and work together as a concierge team of Cape Town to sort that out. And then with top table, it's about really honing in on opportunities, taking forward the next key members, and obviously our regular monthly meetings about what's happening in Cape Town, what's happening in the concierge world, who's up and coming, what's opening. Like, it's just really about very tight networking. But we're launching now as Cape Town Concierge Forum. So we did a little redo of a logo. We have our own one now. We've incorporated the sea and the mountain and made it something really special and pretty, and that's what we're going to hit the ground running with straight after this meeting. We want to get our own flag. So green is there, but it's in the background. Concierges of Cape Town, we are thinking of doing it in like a royal blue. So that is the concept of the rebranding. It's like after this happens today, it's to then continue once a month doing a post from the top table, setting up an event from January to December next year once a month that the concierges are representing at. Like, it's really, we really have to all put in the effort and time to make it work properly.
We need to move together. If there's an announcement, like posts and things like that, you know, first check in with the top table.
We do have 2 events that are coming up that we've noted on the minutes as well. Just a reminder, there's the event 27th of December. Just making sure you're all still awake. 27th of November. That Lee has organized for us.
It's a Friday, I think.
The Bowls Club. Yes.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, so
We
it's the
will
end
be
of
there.
year.
150 per person. There'll be food. There'll be bowls.
The 154.
Bowls.
So the money is purely for the club.
Yes.
Yes.
This food is being sponsored. Chef is being sponsored.
Drinks are available to buy.
Drinks are available. So cash bar, it's fucking cheap.
Yes.
It's very
Oh,
cheap.
that's on
Then
record.
record that.
And then Muchi also wanted to remind us that there was the Discal finals happening on the 4th of December. That's where my December came in. Apologies for that. Next year there should be at least
So there should be
12 out
at
of
least
12
12 of
applicants.
us. And just off the record again, like my catch-up, Daniel from UK was talking about the regional contender. He was surprised why Cape Town didn't enter, because he says there was so much, I don't know if I should say this on record, but
Look, Emma's right here, Muchi.
but he said there was so much potential that like, he thinks we could have won it easily next year.
2025 is a year.
2025, let's get in there as well, and then we'll start being more. So there's a lot going on for us. I think, like Jessica's mentioned, it's all these things when we post them out there, it's gonna be not because we're clever or whatever, but ultimately that's where we want to be. We are not stepping on anyone's toes. We just, with all due respect, just moving on and pushing the concierges as much as possible. This is just the beginning. Never been done, and for anything that has never been done, you're gonna get people who are for, and you're gonna get people who are against the idea.
The next meeting, guys, we said we're going to skip December. This has been a load of info and information to be here today. So we had said that the meetings going forward would be optional of being at a hotel or online. Try for the most part, if you can to roster yourself on a late or off so that you can attend and you can actually have the hour face to face because it's obviously very different. And you know now already it's every third Wednesday of every month for the whole of next year. It ain't gonna change. So put it in your diaries now already, which is
Just September that will not happen because
Why is Ahmed running?
to the bathroom.
Oh,
I'm going to assure you that I'm giving my full participation, my full commitment. I had a chat with my GM yesterday, and she's also very excited.
I must say, just on a side note, the properties visited, the reception was like super incredible.
Stefan from Prince of Prince here, but Lee's going to speak tomorrow.
We've seen him in
There's some familiar faces.
Great, thank you. Yassir, just to welcome Stefan.
Stefan's the 13th member of the top 10.
Actually, my lucky number is 13.
Online.
No, he will give you the southern suburbs. So we just want to welcome Stefan and just say, just to thank him as well for his generosity in being part of the process of the wonderful logo that Jess had designed. So there's actually a pinning process that will happen today for the top table. Stefan hasn't had much time to work on this. And then the original pin, or the two pins, got sent via Uber. Or I had them collected via Uber. Then the next day I had them collected at a coffee shop in Kenilworth, sent to the silo. Didn't communicate with the silo properly as to where they should go. But anyway, he got them back on the Monday and had them molded and everything. So we'll be doing a pinning process this morning as well, now this afternoon almost. So once again, thank you to you and Prince of Prince for your continued support throughout the years.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Official, your life is ours.
It's a tracking device. It's connected to Strava.
It does.
Muchi, you need a ladder. Under your name badge then.
Put it on the other side of the touch thing.
What's the top one?
It's like when I was at school.
Yes. Head boy.
He's good.
So I lots of that.
I always wanted to be a boy.
Nah, not me, boy.
Cute. Thank you so much.
It's just like in school when you got the merit awards, you know, stand with the certificate.
Yeah, they know exactly.
Yeah, they know exactly where to look, how to stand, they know the whole thing.
Just look at the doll.
A doll.
Come on, you keep telling me.
Keep it down, Debbie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lee, come Lee.
Putting it 6 over.
Oh,
Last day of the week.
we just had chocolate.
It's very well balanced. The colours.
What?
Talents.
You look so sorry. Oh, now the picture looks pretty. Hi.
Equal balance.
Is that how you get that perfect photo? That perfect shot?
Horizon
Tilt the head.
and tongue down your teeth.
I probably look like a dead dog.
1, 2, 3. Oh, wait.